lit as fuck.
And Deadass fucking that Hogwarts game is lit as shit.
Bruh.
It's so cool.
That's the thing, bro. I've been down cracking the jokes. I ain't even got to play it. That's like, bro, I'm still waiting to play it. Like, but shit, I'm all about goddamn fucking with the TikToks and shit, so
Swear.
had to.
What are you streaming on?
On the book. Of, R&B page. You know what I'm saying? Well, while y'all coming in here, welcome to another episode of That's Law. New day of the week, new time of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so look, I don't want to hear nothing about that, man. I was trying to watch the show, but I fell asleep. Nah, I don't want to hear none of that. None of that. Like, bro, we prime time Wednesdays. Y'all ain't doing nothing on Wednesdays, no way. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
you all off work right now.
All off work right now.
Either just ate dinner,
off
about
work,
to.
Out of traffic.
Either way you can watch it.
You smoking right now. Like, that whole after dinner blunt, I know all about it. Because I be all about it. Okay?
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sending a couple more links off to y'all smoking motherfuckers. Jump in. Because, yeah, we going to talk a little shit today. A little bit, not too much. I go by the name Richie Nelson. You can follow me at Richie Nelson 2K. Got Alicia Marie in here with me, you know. Already on the way.
Gang.
R&B gonna be in the comments holding it down. We are the 100 grand jury. Shout out Cousin Luther, you know what I'm saying? He 100 grand jury too. So yeah, tonight, My Styles jumped in early, okay? He the type to get the court, wait for the case even start. He ready to call his name.
My Styles in the hood.
He be over there early as hell for that continuance. Motion.
Yeah.
But yo, tonight we're gonna talk about the high profile case is really this whole what is masculinity, and I'm gonna ask what is femininity to motherfuckers too. I don't know if I said that word right. You know, I kind of got the idea for the case because you know what I'm saying. Jonathan Majors, you know what I'm saying. Like he was you know what I'm saying. He just did the Ant-Man movie, doing the Creed movie. A lot of people know from Lovecraft. You know what I'm saying. He did an Ebony cover, and it was like. I know anime, so I know it was inspired by like an anime figure, but it was just like Ray caught like a lot of lack for that shit and whatnot. And then on top of I think we was talking about the whole ASAP and Rihanna like cover last week, like you know what I'm saying. Just,
that shit was fire.
Right, I thought it was all cool, but it was just a whole lot of people like, man, they fucking up the black male image, da 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 da, like you know what I'm saying, taking you know what I'm saying, like what is it, emasculating us and shit, like.
Why? So, because he was like behind her.
Yeah. Like, that's what they were talking about with the ASAP, and then, like, with the Major shit, like, he was just, he was just, like, pink, I think. I don't know if that was a pant style. I didn't really care about it too much, because I was just like, okay, boom, getting a little money, you know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that later on, you know what I'm saying? Just wanted to let y'all know where we were going with this.
I think that's silly. I'm gonna...
Yeah,
ready for that conversation.
Just want to let motherfuckers know what's going on, but let's build up to it, because, you know what I'm saying, it's all coming from, like, a vulnerable level. So we're gonna talk about vulnerability. First thought is, what is the most amount? Because I feel like you on a vulnerable level to even do shit like this. What's the most amount you done spent on somebody that was yours or somebody you was plotting on? Like what's the most amount you done tricked on, basically? Because you was tricking.
Do you think that it's always tricking though?
People say it ain't tricking if you got it, and I'm just like, I feel like the ones that got it are the biggest tricks. But that's.
But see, I don't feel like I don't really want to spend mad money unless you're like mine or like enough of mine that like I feel comfortable doing it. And I will say though that if I am spending money on a man, I genuinely mean it. Like it's not really me like searching for anything. It's just kind of like I like the way that motherfucker move, or like he's looked out for me like in a way that I just feel like comfortable doing shit for him.
Well, there's good tricking and there's bad tricking. I feel like it's all just spending to appease someone. So like if you wouldn't have done it if you wouldn't have done it otherwise, I don't think it's tricking. Like you can smoke the trick, but if somebody's around and you were gonna roll up anyway, that ain't tricking because you know what I'm saying, they are non-factor. But it's just like if you come around and you was like, well shit, what my weed that sent you here? Trick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, you an alcoholic.
Okay.
And you was gonna pull up anyway, and they came around, not trick.
Okay.
Somebody would come around,
like you smoking extra blunts because they there, or you like buying a nicer tequila because they pull up.
Yeah. Couldn't smoke when they got home.
Yeah, no.
Trick.
Okay.
Matter of fact, where is the gavel? Cause that's law.
It's over. I just saw it.
Hold on, we gotta go get the gavel out the
Oh.
Give me that shit, Nick. Yeah. Tricky. So what's the most amount you never spent to appease somebody? Hey, big shots to Venom. Okay, TL ain't in here. But yeah.
Hey, friends. Probably like some hundreds. Like, I took motherfuckers, like, on trips and stuff before, or, like...
You done flew the motherfucker out?
No, like, rode to fucking, like, the beach and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, okay.
shit, you
so
know,
like road trips.
Yeah, not, like, in, like, crazy.
Damn.
I don't think I've ever gone mad, like...
Shout out to him. He was probably in the passenger seat just feeling it, hands in pockets, just looking out the window, like...
Yeah, no, I definitely don't mind doing shit like that. But like I said, it's really just about, like, if I just enjoy you and I appreciate you, I don't mind doing that type of shit. I don't mind spending my money or being a driver or paying for the flight or whatever. But I just have to feel appreciated.
Okay, so we're going to flip it. What's the most amount that a motherfucker then spent on you in regards to appeasement?
Oh, like in one time or like in general?
At one time. Because if we talk cumulative, then what?
Yeah, if we talk cumulative, then yeah, I've spent a lot of money on, like, motherfuckers, especially, like, I was in relationships with. But, like, at one time, probably, like, a few thousand.
At one time?
Yeah.
A few?
Yeah.
Was an appliance involved?
No.
So no wash machine with no dryer set?
No.
No automobile?
It was like a shopping trip and then like food and...
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, because I'm pretty sure you was in the passenger seat, hands in pockets, just looking out.
Yeah, I mean, no, that shit was definitely cool. It was definitely cool as shit. Not gonna lie, that shit was cool.
Yeah, I don't, man, shit. Okay. Because we had heard, I ain't gonna say who, but we had heard of you know what I'm saying, $3,000 engagement ring. I was like, that's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whether it was cumulative or spent at one time. But damn, he had Neiman Marcus, didn't he? Like, where you was out there.
Sex, fizz, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The most amount I'd never been tricked on. Because I'll start with what I received first. I mean, she went half me on the cock. You know what I'm saying? But
ooh.
It was like, you know, a smooth little half rack.
That's good.
Yeah, that was lit.
I know a mug who had a sugar mama that bought him a car.
Mm.
That shit was like, wow, good for you.
I ain't never had that sugar mama life. If you in the comments, bro, let me know how that go. Hey, big shout to Jeremiah. We gotta get the male perspective up here one day, matter of fact. But yeah, the smooth little half rack. But yeah, if you done had a baby, I was about to say baby mom. If you done had a sugar mama, bro, tell me how that is in the comments, cause I ain't never shit. Even the sugar daddies, bro. If you done had it, bro, like what? Is there like a check-in time? You gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, you need this, why you gotta ask a couple business days in advance. Like, how that even work?
I know of like a couple different like girls that I know that were like had sugar daddies, and I don't know, it was like different. Like each one had like a different experience. Like one friend of mine like literally just had to like pull up and like chill with him and like get him weed and like just like talk to him every time he like hit her up. Mm. Then I like another friend like went all the way on that. You know what I mean? Like it just be like different. I don't know. I've never personally had a sugar daddy though. I don't know if I could. My
mind instantly go to set it off to, what was his name? Nate, Frank. Either way, she was in a bind. Like, that's what I see. I see, like, the grittiest version of it. Like, that shit sound horrible. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it ain't that bad all the way around, but it's just, like, I instantly think the worst.
I just, like for one, probably wouldn't ever want to fuck with an old man. And then for two,
what's old for you? I'm pretty sure somebody want to know in these comments. Like, what's the cutoff age so they can lie about it?
We getting old, you know. I feel like, I don't know when adulting actually hits, but I feel like, yeah, definitely older than like 40. That's old, like too old. Mm. That's too old for like my life. I feel like.
If you in the comments right now, stop. You're not 39.
Maybe.
Stop.
I mean, either
Take
way.
that chain out your shirt. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. The fuck? What you doing?
You fucking stupid.
What you doing? Take that chain out.
No, but like for real, I don't know. I think my thing is too, like I'm just bad at like entertaining shit I just don't want to entertain. So like if I just had to do it like for a certain purpose, I feel like I would probably get cut off at a certain point because I just wouldn't want to talk unless I want to talk. I wouldn't want to pull up unless I want to pull up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to do, like, any of that shit just because. So I would be bad, I feel like.
Taylor said she triggered.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
She said, don't ask. I say.
Well, I think what's scary, though, is that, like, you get older and you realize, like, even a 40-year-old is just lost in the sauce, too. Like, I don't know when adulting starts, bruh. Like, 30-year-olds are not what 30-year-olds were when I was younger, I feel like. I don't feel like we are what I was looking at when I was a kid.
I've seen an old tape of, like, a high school in 87. Every last one of them motherfuckers look 30. In class. In class, they look 30. Like, no cap. Like, go look at y'all parents, like, yearbook, like, class 87, all the way up to, like, 95. Like, bruh, them motherfuckers look old as shit, the NBA, the NFL. Like, I don't know if it was just them cameras, the hairstyles, the clothing. But all the motherfuckers look old as shit.
They do, like real sophisticated. Like,
I might have been that cigarettes indoors.
Everybody sucking cigarettes inside, like, man. Yeah. Everybody grown.
Like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, that might have been, that's what was going on. Like, everybody was just really taking in, like, nicotine. Like, but bro, everybody looked old in that shit. So, yeah, like, I feel like when we get 40, you know what I'm saying, however many years it's not going to feel like they're 40. Just like,
I feel like we're literally going to look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just probably a little wiser.
Cause now we telling niggas, hey, bro, put that shit out, go outside.
I have, bro. But I have heard though, like the 30s in general are better. Like because you're still pretty young, but you've learned from being
My
fucking.
style say
20.
40 is the new 19. Cut that shit out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Don't stitch it back.
What movie from back in the day was it? Cut It Out. What was that from?
Bro, I seen that on a TV show How I Met Your Mother. That shit like that. Like, that's
funny. I don't know where I got that from, but I remember it from some shit.
But yeah, and 40 the new, no, it's not. Goddamn.
40-year-olds are just as trash. I think, yeah. I don't know.
I feel like
that's what I'm saying. I feel like adults are not adults for real. And you don't learn that until you get older. Like, you be thinking, like, oh, you got to learn all this stuff. One day you're going to grow up and things are just going to make sense. They don't. It don't happen like that.
I think adulting really start. I mean, I feel like it's different levels because some people are just going to be children forever, like, in their mind. Have childish shit. Yeah. Kind of stick to their childhood, all of that type of bullshit. Especially with trauma. Like, I'm not no expert, but they say, like, you never really mature past, like, an age of trauma.
Yes.
Like, if a motherfucker got dealt wrong at, like, 22, they're going to be 22 forever.
Well, the scary thing is, like, what if you got dealt wrong at, like, 8? Then, like, emotionally...
Right.
You're, like, always... Especially if it relates to whatever the hell happened when you were 8.
That just sounds like somebody that lash out, don't use a lot of words, and can't really explain themselves. That's just what it sounds like. I'm not... Like, they can't really use their words and shit.
True. That's true.
Like, that's what that would be like, to me, if somebody that was... But I feel like, just, you know, go seek a professional. Like, and not...
Therapy is not corny, too, so let's just put that out there.
Exactly. Like, for real. But, we were talking about... Tricking, okay, yeah. So that was the hair card, and I feel like what the most I've tricked would might have been,
the highest one you did
was so okay. Do we count the value of the item? Because you know, son, I'm a good shopper. Goddamn, so.
I mean, if it was like one event, then yeah.
All right, so boom, so that with Michael Kors was popping. All right, so the watch was about $3. Mm-hmm. And the purse, I feel like the purse was worth $5, but caught it on sale. Got that motherfucker like, XX.00, just in case they watching. I don't want to goddamn. You know what I'm saying? They was with me when I got the watches. Yeah, the watch was a little $299.99 thing. You know, but yeah, that purse was valued at like $5, and I was like, boom. That's back when like. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody wanted to know.
That's like when Michael Kors was like Saint Laurent. They was saying it in the songs, you know what I'm saying? Nicki was saying that cool shit like, bro.
Yeah.
Before goddamn I ain't gonna say the flea market, but you know, if you've been out there Buckhorn before, like one day they didn't have it, one day they had it, and then people just stopped fucking with it. It was before all that. But yeah, that might have been the most. Like, damn. It sounds like Ari coming in here now too, so yeah, we go ahead and hit her with this question as soon as she walk in. So yeah, so we talking about that kind of ties into this next thing. Like I said, I'm building up to that high profile, so that kind of ties into protecting and providing. So this next thing on the docket.
My stuff.
Yo,
my styles in the
my styles. What's good?
Yo, what up, though?
Hey,
I got some food up there, y'all hungry.
Hey,
yes, gang.
So yeah, the next topic is we really have a whole era of men that don't want to protect and provide.
Ooh.
You agree?
Yes.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like. Well, I want to hear what you got to say first. I'm interested. Because why do you feel like that?
I think maybe the intent to protect and provide be there, but the actual like. What's that?
Just like Mediterranean type shit. Like.
I'm gonna grab it. Thank you. I feel like the intent might be there for some people, but I think the like initial like. I guess like the initiative to do that and be like that naturally is not there for like a majority of men nowadays.
So you're thinking it's not genuine?
Well, like, I think it's just more like they just don't know to be. But you gotta like show them how to do that because they don't just like, you have to basically be like, bro, like, this is what I would like this is how, like, this is from my experience.
So, okay. So, we're talking about Alicia Marie.
Yes.
What would somebody have to do for you to feel like you are protected and you are provided for? Like, basic things.
Like, just in general, just, like, considering me. Like in the back of your, like, head for, like, everything, every day. Just, like, wondering if I ate that day, like wondering if everything good, knowing that, you know what I mean, if I'm chilling with you all day or whatever, and I've been busting my ass for like a week, and you notice that certain things that I normally get done is kind of lacking. If you know what I mean, just help me out that day or whatever, like, you know what I mean, peep that my energy off and like want to know what's wrong rather than like accuse me or something, you know what I mean. Certain things are just like, I think like a lot of men tend to feel like, oh, like a woman is just gonna be in her feelings no matter what, and everything's gonna be a problem no matter what. But it's just kind of more like you take that moment to just kind of really understand the situation and really understand that person. Then it's kind of like, you know, everybody love language different. You might be sitting there spending $1,000 on somebody, and all they really wanted you to do is clean the house up before they got home, so they don't got to do it. You know what I mean? But now you thinking they ungrateful because you broke, because you just whatever, and all they, you know what I mean? And all that person wanted you to do is just like take a load all day back, like physically, because they just tired that week or whatever. So I think it's just really like, yeah, just wanting to really understand that person, I think is something that like people just don't really want to do no more. It's kind of just like, this is what I got going on, this is how I interpret things, and I need you to hear where I'm coming from. But it's like, if you have that same kind of perspective on like putting that on the other person, I think it naturally makes you want to do certain things. You know what I mean? Because if that person feels appreciated by you, then you're automatically going to get what you need in return if that person's about shit. You know? Because they're going to be like, damn, that was cool. Like, you be paying attention. So I want to pay attention to the things that you got going on because you go out your way to pay attention to me. Like, you know what I mean? That type shit.
So what I heard was pay attention and pick up the pieces.
Yeah. Hey! I see you late. Girl, you look so silky. I just want to like. You can touch a girl. Oh my goodness. I miss you, baby. Good, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Long time no see.
For real. I miss my keys.
I'm so glad we're here.
Yes.
Everybody in the comments just looking like that. Oh, that's
nice. That's like, oh, that's cute. Reunited.
And it feels so good.
I'm fucking weak.
Y'all ain't know this. We moonlight as a singing trio after court.
Yup.
That's why I didn't sing.
That whole scene, if you ever saw Haunted Mansion, that was based on us.
That part.
Yeah. You know, with the statues.
That's what happened.
So yeah, since you just got here, you know what I'm saying, we got Ari Quinn in here. So now, R&B in the comments, the full 100 grand jury, you know what I'm saying, my styles in the back and in the comments as well. So, we were talking about, before you got here, so the high profile cases, we really talking about like masculinity and what's femininity, like if there's a clear definition, then what it is, and all of that. So, we were talking about what I asked earlier in the chat. What's the most amount that you'd have never tricked on somebody? And then I added, while we was here, what's the most amount somebody never tricked on you?
Okay.
And we defined tricking too. Tricking is spending to appease, or doing something with the intent to appease.
I was gonna trick just because I'm a hit.
Right.
Okay.
You appeasing yourself?
Yeah,
like,
right
now.
It's for me. So I'll say, dang, I never really spent too much on a nigga. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. So like when I was younger, like when I was like in my early 20s, like I spent $100 on a Giorgio Armani cologne for this dude. Dude was a lying SOB, was married and all that shit. And at the end of the day, it was terrible. Whoop, hey, half and half. He lied about it all, but hey, it is what it is. That's where we at in life.
So you said 100? That's it?
It was 100 for that one, and then remember
But that's a lot for a lying
about to get
motherfucker.
that ticket was gonna be $246 for the ticket to the Duke game. Yeah, nope.
Wish you would have called it something else because it was just like.
I said the curve.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's no. I mean, like, cause I got.
Because why would that be an inside joke between us? Like
the inside the bread. It's escargot. It's escargot. Cause real love people
see, I didn't know none of that. Y'all like, look, she said the curve. Was like, what the fuck, Rich? You know about the curve? Like,
you got a hook.
Like,
Captain Hook. What? No, absolutely no.
So then, okay, so 246. So you almost.
Almost, yeah, it was real close, and I was like, well. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
We good.
Yeah, I'm great.
Don't worry about it.
Damn, if you in the comments, it's all right. I think I watched that game.
I'm weak.
I think I watched that game. You ain't missed nothing.
All right, and then Alicia was just talking about like how she felt like, because the next thing on the docket is, I'm gonna just read it word for word. We really have a whole era of men that don't want to protect and provide. I don't think that's the case. She thinks that's the case. And
we have not gotten into his stance yet.
Yeah, we ain't got into that part yet because, you just showed up. So,
okay.
What you think?
I'm going to agree with Alicia.
Okay.
It's like, so look, and now I will say, like, I feel like maybe they do want to protect and provide, but you're not the female for it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they got a certain female that's going to make them be like, okay, I'm going to protect and provide for her. But it's like, you'll meet that one that's like, I'm going to do it for him. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, if y'all arguing and shit about just simple communication and shit like that, bro, you're not even going to get to that stage where he want to protect and provide for you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some people, they either were raised that way to where I got to be the man of the house and I got to do this for my woman or whatever. And some people were not. Some people were just like, shit, I'm down with mooching. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know about my roommate I had for a couple of months.
No, but I think, too, sometimes, like, men in general just don't know how to handle, like, a lot of women are, like, too independent nowadays. Like, just, I got it, I handle it, I take care of it. And sometimes she'll do it so well that a man doesn't even, like, step in because he figures she got it because she's always got it. And she's not going to ask because she's always got it. And she's always going to get it because she's got to get it. But she wants somebody to be like, hey, but she's not going to ask.
I was here. I got it.
You know what I'm saying?
I was almost
You're
lost.
not. I'm not going to ask because
like,
if I say something now, I feel like it's because I said it and not because you want to do it. When you dealing with a woman who's used to taking care of her shit, you have to literally just be like, hey, babe, I showed up, I washed the dishes, I paid this bill for you right quick, and I got some dinner tonight. Like, and just do it. You can't just be like,
hey, can you do
what you gonna eat?
I'm
like,
not ask nobody.
You want me to pick up dinner? Like, it's just kind of one of them things where it's just like, no, like, don't worry about it, I'll get it. But it's like, and I mean, okay, maybe it's not like all the way, like, communication is still like a thing, but overall, it's like too many men, like, wait on a woman to be like, hey, you gone? And then it ends up being this whole nagging thing.
Okay.
You know?
So I get what y'all saying. I still disagree because I don't think that's totally men's fault. And it's crazy that I'm really even making this whole split because I never really do this. But I read somewhere that when men converse and when women converse, it's different because men can converse without eye contact. Like, motherfucker have whole, you know what I'm saying, deep, thought-provoked conversation, and both of us are looking at the TV screen playing the game. As opposed to women, they tend to thrive off eye contact during conversations. Right. This is in general. It's a general study. It's a general study. Yeah. You know, there are always outliers. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm thinking is just like maybe we weren't developed to always read between the lines, and that kind of sounds like that's where a lot of this protect and provide lives. Like, because it's just, with a lot of men, it's just, if you kind of black and white it for us, like, boom, like, okay, That's why, you know what I'm saying, I feel like with a lot of married couples, like, it'd be that little to-do list on the refrigerator and the sticky note, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In that clean kitchen. And then...
Clean kitchen. Dishes washed.
So then...
Floor clean.
I'm telling you.
So, like, sometimes it's like it's not that you want to have to tell him, but it's just, sometimes he's just waiting to be told, you know? But back to the big thing at hand, I really don't think that's the case because I feel like you said, men want to do it. They just want to do it for the right one. It's just like, it's a different time, you know? Everybody's independent. Everybody's self-sufficient. Yeah. So it's going to take a lot for you to be self-sufficient, to meet somebody that's self-sufficient, and then make them non-self-sufficient because you are now dual efficient. I don't know. I don't be shit. Fuck it. So goddamn.
It makes sense.
Right. So it just take a lot as opposed to like the 50s when like a woman wasn't really such, or like 40s. Like we'll even go back further than that, and even some countries today where women are just not self-sufficient because, you know, either one, they can't go to schools, they, you know what I'm saying, or they're just don't go to schools, or they, you know what I'm saying, just had a hard life and this, that, and the third. So, you know, back in the day when women didn't really have rights like that, it just seemed almost like, okay, go get a woman because you are self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you making a little bit of job, you Frank working at Ford. I know y'all remember that couple episodes back. Ford working Frank. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going, Ford working Frank can have a whole family, but you're not going to leave Ford working Frank with the family because even though he got a family, he's still Frank and he work at Ford. And you don't got no job. And it's 1917. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whenever Ford came out. I don't know. But goddamn. But now it's just like, bro, it's just, we get to pick who we want to do that for. As opposed to, we could have just, I mean, I'm not going to say we because I won't there. When men could have just, you know, they could have just got anybody because nobody got it. Like, I just think, like, motherfuckers are really picking and choosing, and now that motherfuckers are all self-sufficient. Like, damn, you can't meet me halfway.
You think everyone is self-sufficient?
I feel like everybody.
You think everyone has the capability to be self-sufficient?
On paper, everybody got the capability. Because there are some situations where it's just not gonna work. But what I'm thinking is like before women could vote, before women could get jobs, before all of that, like when they were really brought up to be ornamental and not functional, like just
should be a trophy.
Right, basically like be fine, cook, smile when the company here. Bring out the pork skins.
The hell out of our house and makes the best pot roast.
Like,
yeah.
Like what's that joke back in the day? Like
that was the shit that a woman took pride in.
Eat my shit. That's my favorite.
Eat my mashed potatoes.
That pie.
Yeah.
Like damn, it was a joke back in the day. Like damn, what do you do when your dishwasher broke? Like, or what do you do when your dishwasher not working? Like you slap on her ass until they get back to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? That joke go way before us because it was just like that's all women could do.
Yeah.
That was their job, you know? Like, but it's just we in a different time. So it's just like now that we like, okay, y'all can work, y'all can do everything we can do. It's just, boom, can like you meet me halfway, like I fuck with you, you fuck with me. Let's just go with on the fact that we fuck with each other until we get to a point where it's just like, damn. Because I feel like if a nigga could do it, if a guy could do it, we gotta stay away from these shits. But like, yeah, if a male could do it or if a provider could do it, I feel like they would do it. Just like you said, for the person they want to do it for. But we're not finna do it for everybody. That's tricky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But you can't expect her to do it for you.
No, I'm not expecting.
Provide your,
that was my kind of thing.
And all this other shit.
I feel like we all should just be in a mutual place at a certain point. Like, we just meet each other halfway every time. You know what I'm saying? It's just, until we get to a point where it's just like, all right, boom, I fuck with you. I done came up with what I'm doing. Now just sit back and chill. You know what I'm saying? At this point, like, if you really fuck with her enough, you kind of like, you know what I'm saying, think of her like on the same type of pedestal as the woman that birthed you. And everybody want to get right and take care of their mama.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? But it's just like you're not going to go for that until you got it. So it's just when you got it, you'll do it. But if you're not going to fuck with me because I can't do it right now, then why would I do it for you when I get it?
Well, I think it's different levels to do it. You know what I mean? It's just different levels of doing it. I think it's not all surrounded by money. It's not all surrounded by, like, a financial fucking, foundation. I think there's a lot of ways to make a person feel secure behind you without money. You know what I mean?
Name some of those ways.
I think if you're there for somebody mentally, fucking emotionally, even just like how I'm saying, like if you can't do what you need to do all the way financially, but you can help take care of the house in certain ways that take off of her back or whatever, that's another way, you know what I mean, to be there and to be supportive.
Be the person that's gonna dig in their ass if like they've fallen off or slacking or whatever. Like pick like
be somebody she can vent to.
Left off. If it's something like that they're missing, be that other part to stand in and help out. It's not always gonna fall on one person or the other. At the end of the day, you both are supposed to make each other feel safe. I feel like you have to have that person that you can tell everything to, you can confide in and stuff like that. Being able to confide in somebody is a feeling of protection or feeling safe. If you can open up to somebody or whatever, cause y'all know me, I don't be I'll be over here quiet as fuck. Me opening up is because I feel safe. Like I feel like I'm in a safe space where I can't open up and talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
That's so fire.
I got her today.
So TLA made an interesting point in the comments. Well, interesting point when I'm explaining. She said it's super vulnerable. It's a super vulnerable position to ask. You know, we are talking about vulnerability today, so it's interesting that y'all don't want to be vulnerable enough to ask, but you kind of want us to move as if you are vulnerable without you having to say it. It's like you don't want to admit to being like, yo, I kind of need you, but you kind of want us to just know. That's that whole like, you know, men don't live between the lines. Like when we grow up, we see the lines. You know, we don't even learn how to read between the lines until.
What about though from the male's perspective? So like, how do you feel like from a male's perspective? Do you feel like you would communicate to a woman, this is what I need right now? Or would you expect her to know you after a certain amount of time and know?
It depends on the situation because I'm still growing.
Mm-hmm.
Last week I had I think when UA was here, we was talking about there was a time like where I think it was like the morning and like shit came in and I'm like, damn, thought you would have got some food, like, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't say nothing, so I was mad more so at myself because like pride kicked in. I'm like, I'm not finna say like, yo, what's up with, you know what I'm saying, with some food or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, it's like, damn, I thought you would have known. But that just goes back to just why didn't I just say something? Because I'm still growing. Because I shouldn't have assumed that was the case.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just all depends on like, you know, sometimes it needs to be awkward. And I feel like that's what we need to learn as we grow up. Like sometimes it just needs to be, you know, straight to the point, radical. I think Bel Air, like when Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil was having it, the thing called it like radical honesty. Like it's where they just cut through all that, like, you know what I'm saying, tact and decency and just said what the fuck is up.
I think honestly sometimes that's so much better because even though it can be hella hurtful and like humiliating even sometimes, like it can feel like in the moment, especially if whatever you're being checked about you feel like you already had it figured out. But I think it like eliminates the possibility of like this snowball effect of like assuming that somebody like knows what they're doing or that they're doing it on purpose or that, you know what I mean? Or that like they're doing it to spite you or to hurt you or whatever. I think low-key having the conversation, as annoying as it might be, prevents that whole situation of like, bro, I'm about to blank on you a week from now because I saw you doing it this day, and now I know in my heart you're doing it on purpose. But it might not even, you know what I mean? It might not even be that. And I think people in general, like, ego and pride is really the death of like us all. Because if you stand
ego,
behind
pride, and passive
it,
aggression.
Yes, bro. One of my biggest things is if you're not gonna speak on it, don't act like shit. What is that?
I was like, that's a blonde curl. And I was like, no, it's not.
It's a fucking stick. What the fuck? Yeah.
You've been doing
You're rolling around in the
grass.
No, bro. I don't even know.
It's Jay.
What's good? But yeah, no. I mean, I think in general, it's just like if you gonna act like something's wrong, speak on it or get over it. Because it's just nobody wants you to just be sitting there slamming shit and closing shit all hard and being all like inside-eyeing motherfuckers all day. Like just say what the fuck it is. But if you can get rid of it to where it's not going to emotionally like show up and make things weird and shit, then you don't have to speak on it if you don't want to. But like if it's going to be clear something is off, bro.
I'm going to just say this and I'm going to grab the gavel as I said.
Oh,
if you're going to be passive-aggressive about it, you might as well just make it awkward and say it because your passive aggression is just as awkward. That's law.
Awkward as hell.
Because you're making a statement regardless. So you might as well just be direct with that statement. Like you throwing a tantrum, slamming shit. The fuck wrong with you?
Or just like saying things like, but not saying it all the way. So then it's like 17 different ways your sentence could be interpreted. So now it's like even more tense and like weird because it's like you're not just saying nothing and you know what I mean? Right. Like it's just
and
like.
You use the same energy regardless. Like.
We try not to cuss at people.
So damn.
Bro, I'm horrible with it. Just say what you mean. Like,
so like, for example, like if a young lady out there got like a significant other that played the game a lot. Then goddamn, you could just say like you've been playing the game all week. I want to spend some time with you instead of using that same amount of energy and using different words like, oh, you're playing the game again. Like you could have just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm weak. So you ain't see them dishes?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like just be direct with it because if you gonna use your breath, if you gonna use words, then you straight line, just go. You know what I'm saying? That going
and
side to side.
And it's all about
shit.
delivery too.
Yeah.
Because one of my biggest issues, I'd be very good about being to a point, but I'm like, I have been told that I'm good at like demasculating a man because because I be on a shit where it's just kind of like, so what type shit you want? Like, you know what I mean? So you was just kind of like. What is we really doing right now? Like, so you didn't fucking think that, yada, 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 yada. And so it's like, I think, like, my delivery sometimes, like, my point be on point, but my delivery get me fucked up every time, bro.
I mean, being that way makes it easier for a man to be like what you were just saying prior to. A man is not direct.
Weak.
Being that way makes it easy because men like to be fed.
And then you weed out the weak ones like basketball trials. If a motherfucker can't handle that, you know, what Cat Williams say, I suggest you stop fucking with.
I don't think it's. I think
niggas.
that means that a woman just can be whatever the hell she want to be and not self-evaluate because a man has a right to have feelings. You know, you can't say if you can't handle this, you can't always take every situation like that. There's going to have to be somebody where you don't have to change for, but you will adjust a little bit for because men are.
I mean,
right? Like I'll still be able to. I can recognize in myself that like it don't really be nothing wrong with me telling the truth, but I don't be having to like. Cause I take the dagger. You sometimes you feel me like it depends. Like
be direct, be tactful, not spiteful or hateful. Like you don't gotta hurt feelings, but you can get your point across.
Yeah.
And I feel like anytime you want to hurt feelings, just I don't know, maybe express how hurt your feelings are. Like I want to say some wild shit right now because it's how the fuck I'm feeling. Like that's how the fuck you got me. Like and if you say it like that instead of hurting their feelings, like
more in somebody, bro, I'll get madder. Because if I think that you're like just dumb and you just gonna be dumb and ain't nothing for you but dumbness, it's kind of just like whatever. But it's like if you know a motherfucker has the potential to be better and like every day decides not to fucking be. That shit is infuriating. Like, what the fuck? Like, and so, yeah, that can, you know.
That's how they be. I'm telling you, though. They be sitting here and be like.
I always said it. Alicia is easy to talk to.
You get that stupid ass smirk on your face.
Appreciate you, bro.
But yeah, I mean, don't
I be
say
understanding,
but
it just be
no,
like,
you better not, what? If it's a serious conversation, you better not have that dumbass smirk on your face.
Because you know what happened? Like, it get dumber. Because now it's just like, now they aware of their face and like their jaw got even more like.
Now they aware of their face.
I don't know what to do with it. Like don't tell them that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just thought of that right here. Like anytime you want to hurt their feelings, just express how much your feelings are hurting, how much you feel like they're the cause of that. Maybe
now let me tell you,
people don't respond to that well.
Don't have the conversations over text message. Because you can't read emotions. Believe me.
And don't send them long ass voice messages because you know what they can do. They can really just play that shit and let it go to mute and disappear.
Yeah.
Like, just if you're going to talk to them that long.
Do it in person.
Or if they're an artist, you run the risk of being a sample.
Thanks!
Yeah!
And I'm going to just let y'all know.
I got to the sample save, girl.
I'm going to just let y'all know my voice messages don't disappear, so.
I keep mine.
Mine neither.
I got them all.
Mine
they
neither.
stay right there.
No, but you want to know why my shit don't disappear? Because I be smoking so fucking much that sometimes right after I listen to it, I forget what the fuck happened, and I gotta listen to it again.
Bring that shit back, Turbo. Like,
yeah,
for real. So don't be an intro. Don't be an
intro or an outro.
Yeah. Don't ever play yourself. Never know. And that's a good segue into this next spot. So I was on Twitter and I seen this thread. It was like, "What's the worst you've ever been played?" And I caught a whole bunch of them. So we're gonna read a few. So the first one is, "What's the worst you've ever been played?" I'm not gonna say their names because, I don't want to put them out there like that. The edible arrangement guy told me on Valentine's Day he delivered the exact same gift from the same person to me and some other girl. I thought he said girls. Say he just wanted just wanted me to know I was being played. Imagine the embarrassment on my face.
Hashtag hoe ass nigga.
I'm real torn. I'm real torn about that because it's just like, bro, that's not your job. You know what I'm saying? That's not your job. You don't know who them other ladies is.
But good look,
that could have
been his mom and his sister.
That could have been Dukes and aunties. Like, don't do that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's fair. I didn't think about it.
Like, damn, I consider you on the same level as, you know what I'm saying, people I fuck with.
But what if the cards was on the same type shit?
See, he wouldn't know that because he didn't read the cards.
He might have. He nosy. Clearly.
I'm weak.
Yeah, he is messy as hell.
Clearly.
Now, he was like, look, I ain't even read that card, but let me tell you what it says.
Right!
If I had a petal for every thought, I'd have a rose garden. That's what it said?
Yeah! That's a good one.
Yours says daisies? Okay, so he used different flowers each card. Yeah. Okay. He called you Daisy? You should check his phone for other flower emojis. Don't do that. Don't.
Rose.
Stop.
Tulip.
Stop. Just.
Tulip. Who pushes that?
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I used to work at Victoria's Secret, and I can't tell you how many men would come in and different days with different women, especially around Valentine's Day. You would always see them coming early for the one that's the main. Then it'd be the day after they come in with a whole different girl, bro.
Listen.
I can't tell you how many times you be wanting to out it, but it's like, it's not worth it. But it just be one of those things where or some of them come in proud, like, I got this one I need 2 gifts.
Or be like, hey,
I need one for my main bitch, I need one for my side. I swear to God, I had conversations with a couple men like that. Victoria's Secret. They'll just be open.
Because niggas be so black and white, it's just like, why not just get the same one?
You know, I gotta get my main bitch right.
Remember what he said in that one song?
What'd he say?
He copped one her and copped her one too. You know, there's something about it's gonna be a fight.
Do you know how mad I would be if a man I was dealing with bought me and his side bitch the same shit in different colors?
So I copped her one and I copped you one.
Thank God for secrets.
Thank God for secrets.
Well, Richie said not around Richie. It's secret.
Last time when left.
That's why I went up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas should have went to Jared and goddamn whatever.
You should have went to motherfucking Jared and Claire's because if you going to Jared for both your main bitch and your side bitch, you confused.
You better get the side bitch.
You confused.
For real, you gotta go to Jared both of them. You might as well introduce them both.
Confused.
Might as well introduce them both. Y'all might be able to split the rent 3 ways. No cap.
Yeah.
Hey,
you might as well just go poly out this bitch. You going to Jared for both.
Can I bring the nigga too? We can split the rent 4 ways. If that's the case.
That sound like the real world.
Real world. Bro, true life. True life. I'm in a relationship in 2 relationships, but we all in a relationship.
We in a relationship square. It's not no love triangle, it's a love square.
That's a love double cheeseburger, goddamn.
True life love squared.
Cubed. Love cubed.
Alright, boom, it's another one. What's the worst you ever been played? This one said, freshman year of college, I was feeling this girl heavy, doing all the freshman cakey things for 2 months. One day after practice, me and my 2 homies were walking together through the girls' dorm and didn't realize we were all walking to the same girl's room.
Got almighty.
So, torn about this one, because I'm like, maybe they were all going to surprise her. Maybe she done told every last one of them, I like surprise pop-ups, something stupid. And then she in college, maybe she just wasn't thinking clearly, because why the fuck did they both go at the same time? Ain't no way she planned that. Unless she was trying to, maybe introduce them.
I'm trying to get rid of both of y'all, actually.
That's not a bad idea. Make them think it was their idea.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm done with this shit. Oh,
so sad.
Damn. That's so tragic.
What will I ever do at the calf now?
Yeah.
How will I ever go
Wow,
on?
did you say the Q's were crossing? Okay. The breast. Look at his face.
All I can hear in my head is the song Monica got dunked on to by Quincy.
Oh.
You made a fool of me. Tell me why.
That's wild. That's damn.
I'm fucking weak.
Okay, this one say was fucking with someone and he had sex with 2 of my friends.
Nope,
I don't trust having female friends. That was her fault. Shouldn't have been so goddamn talkative in that group chat.
Let me tell you.
Oh.
I had this one girl ask me once when I was dating this guy how I felt about her talking to my man. Because she don't know how certain, like, girls be about their guys and whatever.
When you say talking, what exactly?
Like being cool or, like, nice to him or whatever. Let me tell you something. Any bitch that asks you that shit, she a fucking hoe. Because why would I give a fuck about you saying hello or something when you pull up or whatever? That's a weird question. I'm not going to meet a girl. I'm not going to chill with you, bro. And be like, just wondering. How close do you want me to be to your boyfriend? Like, what the fuck kind of weirdo ass shit? I looked at her, I said, oh, no, we don't do that, bro.
I got a funny one.
You can say hello and you can say goodbye, but, like, you don't need to, what the fuck kind of, you got me? What? Girl, you crazy as hell.
Yo, this girl one time.
You should ask, like, how close are you willing to be? Like, just go ahead and let her air herself
out.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, give her a break, let her hang herself. Like,
is that what you want? Like, how close you want to be to
I
God?
felt like, honestly, it was the weirdest thing to ask off gate. So it just made me feel like I know who you are already. Because I've never, not once in my fucking life, been friends with a bitch who had a boyfriend and been like, so how close can I be to him? That's weird as shit. That's so strange, though. That's basically like being, and you want to know what's even crazier?
I don't know if y'all heard that. My style said it was a version of realism.
Bro, was that she was actually close to another girl and her man that I knew, and she did fuck her boyfriend. So we already know what type time was. We already know what type time was.
I don't know. When I was a child and spoke as a child,
it's a strange thing to bring up.
Childish things like I used to do the opposite. I'm like, hey, bro, like jump in this girl inbox and just see how she coming when you shoot. Just to like a heat check.
Oh, for your girl.
Yeah. But I was a child. Because that's childish.
That is childish, but it's definitely been done.
Yeah. Just see her. Like we're just doing where she at right now.
Yeah.
Like probably should have chose somebody else because he definitely had like the same school and whatnot, and we was mutuals. Like she saw the plot. Like yeah.
She was like, boy, I'm not done.
I definitely had that shit happen to me. Had mugs pretend to be different people and whatever, and be like, "Yeah, I know you met me last week." Motherfucker, no, I didn't. Like, no, I didn't. Motherfuckers just thought I was like hoeing, and just thought that I was like really not gonna know that I like dead ass did not know who the fuck was trying to talk to me because I was not hoeing. And like he thought he was catching me and some shit. And I was like, no, I don't know who this is. Yeah.
Bro, I met you where? No, I didn't.
No, dead ass.
I wonder who tried that shit and it backfired.
No, Mud told me he met me on Tinder. That's how I knew it was fake. Because I was like, I don't even have Tinder. But like, so like, it was just kind of like, no. Like,
like that's.
That was some
years back. Man, check my shorty and see if she gonna fuck with you. Then he go quiet for like.
Oh!
Like he go dark for a week. Like, man, shit, he don't be trying to smoke like he used to, nigga.
Cause he's
smoking
something else.
You should he picked the
He's
wrong nigga.
Smoking something else, my style.
Where'd he go? He just set the triangle for the weekend to Central. Shorty is Central. She said she was sick this weekend. Like,
what a coincidence. You check her story?
That's
and normally, when she's not doing something, I go link with this motherfucker and he's sick too.
That's crazy.
What a coinky dink. Ain't no coinky dinks. I like very rarely believe in
ain't
coincidences.
No such thing as a coincidence.
I very rarely believe in them.
People are so uncomfortable with being embarrassed, but a lot of people can find out if they dealing with a cheating motherfucker by having their friend try to get with them. But people are so embarrassed that it might happen that they won't even consider it. That's why I like that they Facebook got these people doing these loyalty tests and stuff out here. Y'all see the people that come and...
You ever seen those videos, though, of the guy who would be like, call the girl?
Fighting for her fucking life.
Bro.
Like, she would fight for her life. Like, she was not going to let that phone leave her hands.
Bro, that one, or that one girl that'll be like, will you let your friend call your boyfriend right now and see if you'll link?
Her cousin.
And some of them will be like, and she'll be like, oh, you want to like link or whatever? And he'll be like, and this one guy was like, again?
Like that? Yeah.
And this motherfucker was like, she started, oh my gosh, she was ready to kiss this bitch.
Shit. He was like, oh, I mean, he was like, why are you asking like that? Like, we hang out all the time and we smoke and blah, blah, blah. And the cousin's like,
bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Thank God I have never had like a person I consider a close friend to me fuck somebody that I like was fucking with. I did have a girl who like tried to be cool with me that I already knew was low key off, do some foul shit to me. But none of my friends that I never like questioned ever like.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Quite the opposite.
I definitely have friends that was like that, like was out there like thotting. Like one time, I can give you an example. I was a wild kid. I don't care. So me and this girl, I was with the guy that I had always like entertained or whatever. Mind you, she fucked around and fucked him at some point in time. But he and I were doing our thing. She and her actual boyfriend are doing their thing. This bitch said, "Hey, you want to switch?"
That actually happened to me once when we were in high school. The guy I was dealing with in high school, the one of his friends was like, "So you gonna let me fuck?" First of all, it's the whole like acting like I don't own my vagina thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it was like, how do you even like go around me to ask him to fucking?
No.
It was just like
him.
Yes, he was like, so can I like what? Like it was like a weird. I was like, why are you friends with him? Like it was a weird. It was bad.
Yeah. You can fuck this fist, my boy.
Quite the opposite on this end. Not only have I like, you know what I'm saying, more so put my homeboys on somebody I used to put with, like,
guys
kind of like go for like, yo, like you
I
should
put my
really.
homeboys on the shorties. I ain't even gonna lie.
Even with
I do that too, but I'm not gonna put my bitch onto a man I dealt with.
Hell no, fuck that.
Like it was just, I mean, it was clearly over. You know what I'm saying? She called me
but
fucking
it's
around.
still weird. I
Like,
don't want to have
I
gotta come around to this nigga here.
That's weird.
Yeah, but see, the thing was, we were so cool. He was just like, all right. I was like, yeah, act like we ain't even cool like that. That way, like, cause she'll probably like not really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? We'll know like that we like cool. So act like, cause like we both got a mutual friend named Bradley. I was like, just act like that we just know each other through Bradley, and goddamn, we don't even really speak like that. Da 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 da. It worked, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot more camaraderie on that end. It's like we're not really so territorial.
You seen that video I sent you on Instagram? Where the homies was helping out?
Oh yeah. That was like, that's what it really be like. Like it really.
I gotta send it to you. So like this dude, he walked past a homeless dude, put a wad of hundreds in the thing. He saved a girl from getting robbed. He saved a little kid out of the road from getting run over on the scooter. Whole time, like, and he's walking with a girl the whole time or whatever, and get her back to her wherever. Like he did all this heroic, great things, right? Get her back to her wherever she stays, and he was like, all right, have a good night, and goes to walk away. She was like, no, and pulls him into the door. And so then it flashes to the next day, and he's walking in the house, and literally he walks in, everybody that was a part of, like, that was the homeless man, the kid, all that. One time he was like, did you hit? He was like, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say
bro, I think the funniest part of that video, the funniest part, like, what, during like the whole day, it was a little girl in the scooter that he helped across the street. That ended up being a little person. Like I don't know if we can say the N word.
And she was like,
yeah.
Bruh, I'm through. That's funny.
That's really what it be like.
Or like Hitch.
Oh yeah.
The whole like storyline of Hitch.
Hitch is,
was setting up men to look better and different than they were. And I mean, I guess it was like to give them confidence and all of that stuff. But like, they weren't really like that.
Growing up for me, it was just like, when I realized, I was like, Hitch was really manipulating. And like, the only time it was pure is when he was telling Kevin James, whatever his character was, to do shit, and then he would do the opposite, and then the opposite work. That's the only time, like, when it wasn't wrong. But like, the beginning of the movie, where goddamn he had motherfucker had the cab pull up and stop, and damn, he laid out at like he saved the dog. Like that's wild. That's wild as hell. Like I get why Eva Mendes' character was like really like on his shit because that shit ain't it. Like damn, and I guess he was thinking like, okay, if he really liked this girl, then let me just put him in position. But it's just like that's still really kind of tricked that lady into fucking with that dude, kind of putting him in like how like dire situations.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's not right.
It's weird because it's like it's like why not just be yourself and fuck with people who like who you are.
Sometimes
like why stage a robbery to look like you protect somebody?
Yes, like that's weird.
Protect and provide.
Take your jacket off and show what you have on.
Like why get your homegirl to push the shit out of that motherfucker just so that you can like fucking fly and catch the bitch? Like just walk up and be like, hey.
If they wind up being together for 10 to 20 years, then does it really even matter how?
Yeah, because if she finds out on fucking year 12 that you got with her behind a lie, she gonna question you.
But she's gonna laugh about it. If they made it 20 years,
you didn't make me laugh about it 10 days later. Like that was.
Y'all gotta understand that relationships, good solid longevity doesn't come from perfect meetings and greetings. Sometimes you have to do whatever it takes to get to the point of finding love, and so it ain't no right or wrong way to do it. So people can a person can judge it and then be single all their life, and then a person that may have done some manipulating can be married for 20, 30 years, and that person ain't thinking about it, how they got together. They thinking about all that love that they created in that 20 or 30 years.
I mean, that just goes back to the point where some of the biggest corporations were criminals in the beginning. Like, Seagram's, Jack Daniels, all of them. I'm pretty sure they were bootlegging.
Oh, without a doubt.
So it was wrong, but like it ended up working out in the end. Like, so it's like I get what you're saying of they end up working out at the end, but I personally can't take of the fact that how wrong it was, because it's just like, I don't know. You couldn't just walk up and just be your confident self and just say like,
hey, shorty, drop them draws. I'm just kidding. That's not it.
Bro, I need you to get into a new show. You be dealing with some characters, bro. Like, for real. Like, you need to get a new channel. Like, you sound like you on UPN. Like, I need to get you on TBS with some sense.
Bro, but that ass though.
But goddamn, but like, I don't know. Like, if you just can't be straight, like, if you're not confident enough to be straightforward with the person you want, either you're not confident enough, which is not gonna work at the end, or you don't want them bad enough, like, which is not gonna work at the end because you didn't take the leap.
And there's like 1,000,000 different ways to approach somebody.
And if they say no, fuck them. On to the next.
But it's like just so many different ways. Just be you.
It's easy for a woman to say that because y'all don't have to work that hard.
That's bullshit.
Men
that's
have
bullshit.
To work harder.
Well, that's not true necessarily because, well, I'll say this. I think women get approached way, way more than men. But we end up with bullshit a lot more than men because so much floods us all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things where it's like, you know what I mean? You end up seeing a lot of times like a really good woman with a fuck ass motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? But it's because like, you know what I mean? Like, That was her best answer.
I shot my shot at Chris Brown. I still ain't got no
God damn. What are you doing, Chris?
Come on, Breezy. What's up? Jesus.
What do you mean better filtering system?
Because here's the thing, like she just said, 100 men try to get at her.
My style's an official guest, y'all. He just Wizard Kelly right now.
I try to not speak too much.
Wizard Kelly.
But 100 men try to get at you a month, and you say, no, thank you, number 40, no, thank you, number 50, no, thank you. Ooh, let me let 65 in.
Okay.
And then 65 comes in, and then he winds up being that piece of shit after being good for a while, and then it's blamed on the man, but really, you turned down number 40 who might have been the man for you.
Right.
So it's really
no, it's definitely on both sides. It's definitely on both sides.
Because the person might be looking for that tall, dark-skinned motherfucker, knowing that tall, dark-skinned ain't shit.
I'm sorry.
But he's so cute. But he's so cute, you let him in because your
I feel targeted.
Yeah, you know.
I knew you was coming directly at me with that one. I was like, damn.
That tall, dark handsome goddamn fucking
I thought he was coming from a place of hurt. I'm like,
he was coming straight from my head.
Light-skinned niggas ain't been in style since 55.
People have their specific type of man. That type of man usually hurt them, but they keep going for that same type of motherfucker. What's that light-skinned nigga with the pretty eyes, knowing he's a 10 and he needs to be fed all the time. You don't have it in you to feed this man properly, so you know he gonna cheat on you, but you gonna still fuck with him because he got them pretty ass eyes.
I can feed him what my mama made.
You all right?
Me.
You good out? You all right? I felt it though.
He had to get that one off his chest.
Yes.
He said, "Fuck this shit."
Fuck it. I'm tired.
We're gonna submit that clip to the Academy, yo. We might get you to the awards this year.
I'm weak.
Will Smith slapping the shit out.
So
I know, right?
So damn, I don't know. I'm not even saying like I'm trying to be women's champion here, but I just felt like that lady was young. Of course you gonna make the mistakes young because you only go in at face value. Niggas do the same thing. And then another thing, crazy. Another thing is damn.
It's tall, dark skin's best friend.
That was literally a speak of the devil moment.
Yeah, I'll probably not.
Ooh. Yeah, nigga. Stay in the comments. Quick call.
Twice. Wait, why are you calling twice?
Stay in, bro. He's tired of being in them comments. Look.
Right back.
Oh, hell.
Oh, no, it's 2 calls. I gotta make sure we're good. Hello?
So, yeah. You got some people that are able to apply the knowledge they learn well, but they don't test well. Like, so goddamn, so maybe like 40 and 65 were in the trial stages, and 65 knew it was going to be on the test because somebody maybe gave him a study guide, so he knew how to take the test. That doesn't mean he knows how to apply the knowledge well in the field. He's not practical with it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to 40 was really going in there wholehearted, trying to figure it out. And goddamn, he just didn't test well. But when you know what I'm saying, if you look at him out there in the field, like he one of the ones that pick up the pieces and pay attention. Like, so it really just all depends. Like, you're not gonna get everyone because maybe you didn't make a good first impression. But it's just like, if your brand good, you know, not just talking to artists, not just talking to anybody that's trying to appease the audience. Like, when I say your brand, I mean like your person, like your you. If your you is good regardless, then it don't really matter who slips through the cracks, because you're going to catch the one that was meant to be caught. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it was meant for you, it won't pass by. And if it passed by, it wasn't meant for you. That's only if your person is good. Like, you as a person is good, your brand good. Like, you shouldn't really worry about who you didn't get, because at the end of the day, just a law of averages on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Y'all having a problem with making a choice. Men having a problem with being a choice, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just two sides to the same coin. You know, we the same, but we different. And that's how we the same.
I think men and women feel the same way. It's just that men want to be able to do more than they want women to do.
It's not that they want to be able to do more. It just kind of go back to what I was talking about earlier about, like, women not having the rights. At one point in time, men were just systematically, fundamentally able to do more. And now that's not the case because everybody on the same level.
But it's even, like, down to, like, emotionally. Like, you think about how many men, like, will step out and fuck around on the girl that they love, but let that bitch go on a date. And not even
and they crying. It's not running out. They know.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things where it's like men really feel the same way that we feel about the same things, but they just want to be able to be allowed to do more.
I don't know about that one.
Yes, that could be in some cases.
Because I think it just comes from, like, all the information motherfuckers be fed, because niggas is taught that when women cheat, it's more emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's true.
Since women always making the choice, like, women had to choose to cheat. Yes. You know what I'm saying? As opposed when a man cheats, he was chosen. It kind of just fell in his lap.
And women nowadays are way more aggressive sexually. So exactly. I think a lot of times that men cheat nowadays, it's primarily led on by another woman.
They go back to what, you know what I'm saying, the other, it's not that...
You started and I finished it now. Don't be upset.
It's just like, it's not that men not women to protect and provide. It's just like, bro.
I have not. You're correct.
Men now have, like, the new... Men are now, like, looking at, like, the new shit as, like, bro, now men get to choose. You know what I'm saying? And now women are in a different position where it's just like,
women
they are
trying
a choice.
To be more aggressive in general.
Right.
I think, like, in, like, a bad way, though. Like, I don't see the purpose in dogging men the way that men dog us and, like, having that become beneficial. Like, it's like, you ever saw that that post that's like, matching energy is what fucked everybody else, fucked everybody up because you can't clean dirt with dirt.
Yeah,
it's like
I read something like that, and I really changed how I move, because it's just like I used to always reciprocate. Like that, I've been doing that shit since birth. Like, however you treat me, that's how I'm gonna treat you. That was the golden rule in first grade. Like, treat others how you would treat yourself. So however somebody's treating you, that's how you treat them. I guess I misinterpreted them because it's just like, all right, you fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. If you don't fuck with me,
you
then it's fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and sometimes people will make you feel stupid when you want to continue to be a good person because you're like, oh, you just gonna let somebody do you like this and you just gonna let somebody do you like that. And sometimes it will cave at a certain point where you feel like, well, let me defend myself or let me whatever. But really what was holding your peace intact was that you were not allowing yourself to be like that person.
You weren't allowing yourself.
You recognize that person was this way or whatever. But like, that doesn't mean that I have to be like that, and that doesn't make me stupid to not be like that. That just means that I'm unwilling to make myself that low vibrationally, just to make a point to a person that will never be happy.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And I think people don't understand the strength in that. Everybody's like, get your lick back. Like, you'll never feel happy unless that person gets what they give and whatever. But honestly, sometimes you give somebody what they give, and that shit makes you feel worse than you felt before. You know what I mean? Like, you just, I don't know.
It's another one.
Know your soul, for real, is what it is.
There's way more power in removing access than there is in getting your lick back.
Mm-hmm.
That's law.
Access denied.
Like,
or providing boundaries. Like,
that's what I had to learn. It's just like, it's not about reciprocation. It's about you staying you, but also making sure that not everybody has access to you. Like, always be the good person that you are, but the moment you see somebody not being the good person that you are, then don't associate with them. Then remove access. Only fuck with them on a certain level if you got to be, like, business or cordial or whatever. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Never stop being you, but always keep in mind who has access to you.
yeah.
Because not only does that deal with, like, that just connects with your brand. Like, a lot of people don't fuck with you because of who you fuck with now. You know what I'm saying? And depending on the type of people they are, that's either a good or a bad thing. So it's just like, if you always somebody to getting your lick back, but everybody got access to you, then it's like your brand not good. Because it's just like, you let anybody around you, and then you spiteful, you hateful, and that's why nobody like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what that is. As opposed to you always being a good person, always bringing good energy around. And then some people don't fuck with you because you removed access. Now, it's more so on them, because I've been around you, and I fuck with you. So, you know what I'm saying? So, what happened? Like, you beefing with such and such? You beefing with Jason? Jason cool with everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the difference between, like, oh yeah, Jason be fucking people up sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Like, that's just the difference in brand.
Jason's a bad guy.
Oh, damn. Hey, big shouts out to Tyler in the comments, yeah. But goddamn, yeah. Oh, shit. There's a couple more in here. This one was funny. Is this a safe place? Question mark. One of my neighbors used to always roll her eyes at me and catch an attitude every time I tried to speak to her. Turns out she was fucking my boyfriend whenever I left for work.
Oh, bitch.
Damn, my 20s truly suck. From what I saw, the neighbor was mad because she wasn't getting chose. She was just getting fucked, and there is a difference.
Y'all seen that episode of BMF?
I don't be up on the Star shows. I'm up on everything else. Goddamn. Don't tell me about The Last of Us. I still gotta watch that last episode. But goddamn, yeah. But I have seen like little spoofs like with Charles.
Talking about the long titties? Yeah,
like,
Charles
yeah, Charles and the goddamn Lucille. Like, yeah, I have seen some spoofs.
Woody!
Woody in here? Hey, goddamn. But yeah, though, like, yeah, the neighbor always rolling her eyes up because, like, she'd be like, when you gonna leave your shorty? Then I ain't never leaving my shorty.
I leave her to go to work and come back.
Right. Same time next
come
week.
Over to your
or
house.
same time tomorrow. Like, yeah, that's why she rolling her eyes. Like, and it's just, you know, I feel bad for this person because they did get played, but it was just like, you were really winning. Like, in a bad way. You were losing, but you were winning. Like, you were definitely getting played, but he was always coming back. So both of y'all was losing.
Sounds like white linen.
Right, yeah. Both of y'all was losing. Shorty missed my performance to go to a party hosted by this macho lady she was cool with. I was also invited, so I went after my performance, just for my girlfriend to tell me, while drunk as hell, that she was cheating on me with Shorty during the party. I was flabbergasted. I got drunk, though. Yeah, you gotta drink that off, but that's tough. That's tough as hell.
Your Shorty cheated on you with a macho lady?
Yeah, he didn't say macho lady.
I know what he said.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
It's forgivable, though.
Is it?
It's an STD with a U in it.
Wait a minute. So my styles, because my styles is here, y'all. You would prefer, you would forgive her from cheating on a macho lady than cheating on you with a man?
Yeah. I mean,
why?
Yeah, because what the most heartbreaking for a man is the thought of another man sticking his thing in his girl and moving it around.
What about a plastic thing?
And her calling him daddy, saying his name. So a man can, not every man, but a man can forgive his woman knowing that didn't happen. Yeah,
I can call him macho lady daddy.
Knowing, because again, that's powerful. When a motherfucker is breathing in your ear and inside you, and a man think of those type of thoughts, it can destroy a man. But when the worst you could think of is another woman grabbed your woman's breast and put her mouth in like that, a man can forgive that. Not saying every man, but a man can forgive that because...
You can forgive that strap?
What?
The strap on?
Yeah.
That strap fell out and she reached for it and put it back in.
It's not an unprotected Johnson.
You know they got those new straps that please the strapper as well as the strappee.
And the straps that leak out a little bit too.
But honestly, it can actually be bigger than that. What it can boil down to is that the reason if a person
she snuck out to get strapped though, like she really did that. She was on the highways and byways.
Certain things
for that strap.
When a person loves somebody, certain things a person can do they'll be hurt and mad, but they won't leave them for. So me.
That macho lady look like Carmelo Anthony.
But again, she ain't got no dick. Excuse my language. She ain't got no Johnson.
She ain't got no dick.
But that doesn't offend a man more.
But again, what I'm saying is it is forgivable. Not saying that it is something that a man can forgive more than a guy doing it. If you said and asked a man, if you had to choose one,
she's
which
6'1" and that little book bag stay in her trunk.
A man would say more so a woman
Griner
than
or
a
something
girl.
like that. There you go, Brittany. What was Brittany?
Might as well. That might as well be.
She got a deep ass voice and everything. Like,
I don't know. I just feel like it's all the same. Like it's all the same. It's all cheating. It's all wrong.
It's just about your programming. See, I mean, I'm wired a certain type of way, so I can speak from a different perspective, not one perspective, but different perspectives because of how I'm wired. And I know there is a man out here that will put the fact that it ain't a man sticking his thing in this girl, move it around, and will forgive her for that. Not saying every man will, but a man will use that as a factor in deciding whether I'm gonna leave this woman or not. A man will forgive a woman knowing that it's only a woman. Not saying every man will, but a man will.
I want to push your limits. No disrespect to y'all.
Go for it.
What if she got flipped by 2 macho ladies?
Woohoo!
Choo
choo.
Typically, if the woman is cheating, the man probably cheating as well. So, again, it's still the same thing.
And no macho ladies ain't even touch each other, so she was really the little engine that could.
lady over you.
I mean, then you go, you hurt, you try to make her feel guilty, like she ain't shit, and then you move on eventually. I mean, that's the man way.
That's on the checklist.
That's the man way. That's
make her feel guilty.
You try to make her feel like she a hoe and she ain't shit, and she ain't gonna never be shit, and then you move on. You move on after you done. That's how it goes usually.
Yeah, I had to take it there. I just wanted to see where you was at, cause I'm just like, yeah, bro. 2 macho ladies, bro. You might as well stay over there. You stay right there. Matter of fact, Yeah.
I just know this: if I'm in love with a woman and she cheats on me, as long as she ain't talking shit about me behind my back, if she just cheating because I just ain't around, I ain't at home all the time. If I'm in love with my woman, I'll forgive her. It's just plain and simple. I ain't got to sugarcoat it if I'm in love with her because, again, sometimes people got to satisfy them urges. So it's really about how I feel about the woman. It ain't about her actions that's going to make me change. Because if she's still in love with me and she can fuck somebody else, then I can find a way because I'm still in love with her to forgive her. But again, I'm wired differently.
No, I'm actually not mad at that, cause if you gonna fuck around, but don't be pillow talking about me, telling all my business.
Talking shit about me behind my back.
Like that's I fuck with that. Like I ain't mad at that.
This nigga come to me, I meet him, he be like, man, she got nothing but good shit to say about you, dog. But I be in that shit every day, every other day. Damn, can you stop fucking my girl so we can make up and get over this shit, please, bro?
Hell no. I'm about to hit it right now.
Just leave.
I know, right?
Just leave.
I hit it.
I'm telling you, like if he say those magic words, you got a good girl, bro. Bro, blink immediately. That's law. And if you do that with the show, if you do that and then pat her on her back, you got a good girl, bro. Like yeah.
Pat her on the back.
Do what you gotta do.
Go team.
Get up out of there. Like yeah, cause that ain't it. Well, this motherfucker pulled him over. Shit, Shorty invited her sneaky link to my B-Day party and ghosted me the whole party. Talking about we had on matching fits and everything.
Dang.
Like, what the fuck? Bruh, I would have found them, kicked them right out the party.
Invited her sneaky link to my birthday party. That's like...
Did her and the sneak have matching fits on, or he and her had on the matching fits?
He and her had matching fits.
Oh, so everybody know that's you.
But first of all, why are you inviting your sneaky link to your boyfriend's party?
Because he don't know.
It's fun.
She wild.
You're insane.
She wild.
I do love it.
You're insane.
She wild.
Some people get thrills off of that type of shit, though.
You know what? I'm gonna keep a couple of these for next episode. Let's run this high profile. So yeah. So Monster, I was on. Me and Alicia were talking about it here at the beginning. Just the whole, what is this masculinity that, you know what I'm saying, people have just been up in arms about lately between, you know, the A$AP Rocky and Rihanna cover and the Jonathan Majors cover with, like, you know what I'm saying, the Plink in the floor and shit. Like, and it's really black men saying it. Like, and I'm just gonna say it because, you know, I don't want to be passive aggressive about it, direct, but I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. But like, yeah, it's really black men. It's like, yo, motherfuckers just like, you know what I'm saying, they tearing down the image of the strong black man, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying, emasculating us and all that shit. And it's just like, what does it take to emasculate a motherfucker? Like, can you even do that if somebody really strong within themselves? Like, I don't know. What y'all think?
I think that if you're strong within yourself, it doesn't take it takes a lot to allow somebody to emasculate you. Like, I feel like, I think a lot of it is just like, really, like, motherfuckers really need to stop personalizing things is what the problem is. Because, like, when you come into a situation and you, like, assume or, like, expect, like, a woman to, like, move on a certain type of time or, like, respond a certain type of way or behave a certain type of way, I think it's just, like, a lot of it be, like, pride-based. And so I think it's just, like, I don't know, I feel...
So, I don't know, I feel like with the ebony cover with the floor and the pink, it was just, bro, I just feel like it was coming from a level of insecurity, you know what I'm saying? This is a motherfucker that just started getting a whole lot of attention between, like, the, you know what I'm saying, because he killed it in the HBO show Lovecraft, you know what I'm saying? He the next big villain in the Marvel shit, which is, you know what I'm saying, that just lead to hella movies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like, Ray, you know, Creed 3, like, that's already big by itself.
Michael B. Jordan.
So goddamn, it's just like, I just feel like sometimes insecure motherfuckers just be waiting to, like, for a motherfucker to fuck up, and even if they didn't fuck up, they gon' gaslight motherfuckers into thinking they did fuck up. And it's just like, cause it was like, no, bro, it ain't even about the floor, it's the way he puckered up his lips. I'm like, then why are you paying so much attention to this nigga's lips?
Yes, Steve.
Like it was really motherfuckers, like, and I was in the Facebook comment section like, bro, this is based off an anime character in One Piece, like, if y'all understand, y'all understand. No, man, fuck that, bro, he up there, bro, that shit gay. Like, I'm just say what they said, cause like, bro, this is what real motherfuckers are saying, like, that shit gay, that shit just in the third, and it's just like, bro. And they go back to this TikTok I just seen. The only thing that make a motherfucker gay is liking another man. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying is what makes a motherfucker homosexual or whatever you are on that spectrum, because it's a spectrum or whatever. But posing in pink flowers, motherfucker go do that and have like 10 biddies in the hotel room.
Prince
compliments at Evie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's so wild. Like, what is masculinity to y'all? Like,
Prince said if they know themselves and stand on principles and morals, you can't shift them. Brandon said, I bet it smell like weed and Bath and Body Works.
And does.
That part.
What a little Jimmy Choo.
Okay.
Oh.
Couple remnants of tequila. But yeah, so, alright, cause y'all seen that show Todd Chrisley Knows Best?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so say there was a man that you were attracted to that kind of moved
I think he's
in
Metro
that way.
Is what his.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
he dresses nice.
So he wouldn't be the poster child for masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Not dissing him, but it's just like that's, you know, for like black and white, like masculinity. So it's just like, could y'all see yourselves in a relationship with somebody that y'all felt attracted to that would move like that? And, you know what I'm saying, in a masculine way, but his own way. That's just not deemed masculine by society.
If I didn't have to worry about him, you know.
Would that be
I don't know. It depends on if you give me them vibes or not. So, it's like, I don't know. Do I gotta be worried about you cheating on me with another nigga? What's up?
I mean, it's definitely masculine niggas fucking niggas now too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they on the DL.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, damn, like.
It's just, I wish I grew up a long time ago. This shit is hard.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. I don't have to deal with this.
See, do y'all got like kind of like a masculine like do they have to be like at a certain level to y'all? And like,
yes.
Is there boom. So how masculine a motherfucker got to be on the scale of weekly Manny and Petties, all the way up to goddamn replacing.
Manny and Petties are not bad.
That's like one. That's like the bottom. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like I'm not saying it's feminine. I'm just saying like that's probably that's the bottom of the scale all the way up to goddamn replacing tractor tires in the middle of July, goddamn type shit all day, or like working on the railroad. Like it's masculine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like John Henry coworkers, like type shit. Like that's what I mean. Like. Rent-a-center movers, goddamn. You don't get no, you know what I'm saying? Like so, like where
you gotta be harder than me.
And where are you at on this scale?
Shit, harder than I want to be.
Yeah. At least you about to change the tractor tires in the summer.
Let me tell you something. I will figure that shit the fuck out. I'll build a house out this bitch if I got to.
If I was strong enough to change my own tire, I would do it.
Bro.
I would do it. But the little lug nuts be on there a little tight. I can't.
It just has to be like, yeah, like you have to, and it's nothing wrong with a man being emotional, but like, you can't be more emotional than me. You can't be more sensitive than me. You can't be like,
I'm gonna make jokes.
I can't deal, like.
I mean, that's y'all though. That's y'all.
It depends. I think it depends. Like, if you're more sensitive, but like, you're logical in the way you communicate, maybe.
Okay, what movie can he not cry in front of you while
watching?
I don't
think I've ever seen a man cry behind a movie.
Not crying on everyone.
Never. I've never seen a man cry behind a movie.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't cry in movies. I'm gonna tell y'all what movie made me tear up recently. The Woman King. I was like,
I heard that shit was fire.
I don't even be crying when the fuck.
I don't know. Anytime like I'm watching TV or I see a movie and I see like a cool ass like dad moment, like I kind of get a little mixed up.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
I can see that. I could definitely see that.
That's for me too, because I miss my dad.
Right, that real love, it's like connecting type.
Like I might even see it in like in real life and be like, man, that's cool as shit.
So
like type shit. But yeah.
But see, one thing I noticed about
but it's like I know you. I seen you skate, so goddamn like that. I didn't take that personal, but I just know
you see me skate.
ATL.
Oh, okay.
So goddamn.
I was like, wait a minute. I hate skating. I'm scared.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Took that from Lauren London back in 06. So goddamn. But yeah, so of course I didn't take it personal, but a motherfucker that ain't never, don't know you like that, wouldn't know you playing, be like, man, so you just gonna make fun of my emotional shit like that?
Yup. And this.
Hey, if you in the comments, I'm sorry.
I would never make fun of anyone's like emotional like type
would you side eye on those? Like, would you be like?
I think it depends on how you handle mine.
Like tighten up.
If you try to make me seem like I'm dramatic about everything, I'm too emotional about everything, but now you want me to give a fuck while you're having a mental breakdown in the corner.
Don't care.
Then yeah, I'm about to side eye the shit out of you because what happens to like we talk too much about emotions. You know what I mean? Like, it's like shit like that. Like, I think a lot of guys want, like, the type of shit that they're not willing to give as far as, like, emotional shit goes.
And then when they see other motherfuckers giving the shit they not willing to give, they'll attack them. Call them feminine. That's different. That might be where we just figured this shit out at. Why it was so much hate, because it's just like, bro, that motherfucker willing to go somewhere. Niggas is too insecure to go. Niggas is not comfortable enough to go.
Well, I don't think a man acting emotional is necessarily feminine. There are some things a man can do that a way a person can move, or things a man can say that can be categorized as feminine. A man being emotional is not necessarily considered feminine.
Okay, so what would you consider bitch nigga shit? Like he is really acting like, wouldn't even say a woman, because a woman wouldn't even act this soft. That type of shit.
So a man trying to belittle a woman verbally would be bitch nigga shit.
Nigga shit.
A man trying to get his girl back, he cheated on his girl, and this girl is like, fuck you, nigga, and he like, girl, I love you and shit, girl. Because a man feels comfortable with the woman that he's sticking and thinking and moving around being emotional. So sometimes he'll go too far in hopes for the woman to feel comfortable with him. So, you know, because women know. Women are typically emotional and men are typically supposed to be hard. So a man will let that guard down for you and be as emotional as he can be as long as you allow him to be. And then sometimes we're too much that, and then a woman will emasculate a motherfucker and make a nigga feel like a bitch. But at the same time, you know.
I think you just need to be fair about your emotions. I feel like every time I've made a man feel like a bitch is when you try to belittle my own emotions. If you try to make me feel like I'm too extra, I'm too whatever, I'm too sensitive, I be trying to talk about my feelings too much, but then you in the corner talking about well, you don't care about how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, it's
like my style said,
be real.
I'm wired different. Anybody using the words, we talk too much about emotions, I just feel like that's a red flag. It's just like, nigga, that's what they hear.
I'm a Krishan Rock nigga.
Like,
and it's like, if you want to fuck with somebody on that long-term type time, like, how do you not expect that they're going to eventually want to talk to you about their emotions?
Why would you not talk about emotions?
And why wouldn't you want to be able to talk to them about yours? Like, it's just a weird, I don't know. It's strange to me.
Like, you able to just go about your day, like, knowing she or he is kind of, like, in a funk, and you might be the cause of it, and you don't want to try to make it right?
Nah, it's worse when they, bruh.
You gotta take a lot of times people use things like you and stuff. So that
there was an issue that's been, like, it's been an issue, and I've spoken on the issue before, whatever. And then instead of, you know, rectifying or correcting whatever the issue is, bro will legit, instead of even communicating and talking about it, read the last message and won't say nothing to me.
What's the issue? And
it'll be weak. Communication. And it's the simplest thing ever. You know, like, especially if, like, you're not physically here. You are not here. You are somewhere else. Like, and it's a long distance thing or whatever. So, it's like, you're physically not here, and I'm just asking for the simplest thing, communication. And it's like, you don't want to deliver it or whatever. Oh, well, I can't do that until I make sure that you're this. What?
Can't do what until you make sure.
It could be how you communicating to him.
No, because when you hear, the communication is still an issue.
You shouldn't have
in person, I should not have to ask you to communicate with me if you talk about you want to be with me. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about, oh, you know, I want to make you my girl. Da, da, da. Well, then do the shit and communicate. That's it. Like, communication is not, like, it is the simplest thing to eliminate a whole lot of problems. If you all talk to one another and y'all have that relationship to where y'all can, like, literally talk about anything, whatever, that's amazing. Because niggas out here sitting here talking about, I want you to be my girl, but not willing to do the work.
And women will really...
And it's not even, I'm not asking you for no money. I'm not asking for shit. I'm asking you to fucking talk to me.
Right.
And you to catch an attitude about that and then leave me on red for 3 days to a week or whatever, fuck that bullshit. I don't got time for it.
It's clear he's full of shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Clear, definitely clear. Yeah. But there's some points around that as well.
I mean, but, nah.
No, it's just like you should...
Communication is simple.
If you don't,
being able to talk to somebody,
if you respect somebody and you want them to really understand where you're coming from, and the end goal is to be at a level of understanding, like if being at a level of understanding with somebody is important to you, it should not be difficult to sit down, even if it's awkward or whatever. If that person means enough to you. There's just so many different ways to communicate. It doesn't always have to be aggressive. It doesn't always have to be like, you know what I mean? Like, it can literally just be like, this is where I stand. I want to know where you're at. Like, I thought that you would have done this, and that. You didn't. I was wondering if because you didn't, like, do you feel like this or do you feel like that? Like, I feel like people don't want to, like, lower their pride to be like, I was nervous that you felt like this, or I couldn't understand how you felt like that, or like I was trying to understand how you felt from this way, or whatever, but you hurt my feelings because you made me feel like whatever. Like, people are just like, they don't want to do that, so then in turn it turns into like, oh, well, fuck that, you're not going to do it, then I'm not going to do it.
Because that's
you're not going to say it, then I'm not going to say it.
That is communication, but that's not communication. When you're telling someone, you hurt my feelings, that in itself is a statement that can be worded differently, because when because no one hurts your feelings. You hurt your own feelings. A motherfucker say what he's saying. You decide if you're going to allow a nigga to call you a bitch, and you can say to yourself, am I going to allow this to affect me? Or am I going to not allow it to affect me?
But why are you going to call him a bitch?
What I'm trying to say is, so if you're communicating with somebody about something they said, if you're saying you hurt my feelings, he's a person, woman or female, may automatically start putting up a block because you're saying they did it. Now, if you say, now communication, something, switch it around and say, what you did put me in a position, or my feelings were hurt based on what you did. Now you're not saying you hurt my feelings. You're saying you did something and now my feelings are hurt. So now I'm in control of my feelings. People can hear that differently than saying you hurt my feelings.
I want you to know, y'all are at a whole different level of communication. I'm talking about the level of communication of if you're not even here and you somewhere else and you don't feel like you can go through a whole day and not talk to me, a whole week and not talk to me, that's a problem. So, but you want to be with me.
When you don't reach out to me, I feel like you don't give a damn about me.
Bro,
that right there. So that's not blaming him. No, but I'm saying that's what I would recommend, saying something like that. Because now it's not telling him he did something wrong to you. You're just saying,
hey, well,
your
all I'm going to say is, bitch, the door is open. If somebody walk in, it's a wrap.
So, listen, when you do this is how I feel. Then it goes back to what Alicia said. If they care about you, they're going to hear you and respond properly. But if you blame it on them, they can start putting those walls up because they're defending themselves now. But again, you're not communicating with me.
How many times, though, does a person get to slip up in the same way?
Well, again, it's all about words are powerful. And I mean, we feel like we're saying the best words, but when we say it, but if it's not registering, then it's not the best words.
I mean, I feel like growth is knowing what words to choose in different times, and you may not get it right at that time, but you'll learn from that. So it's just like I get what both of y'all are saying. It's just like you're expressing yourself, and you're more so worried about the delivery of the expression.
He's worried about the accountability, holding yourself accountable for it versus equal accountability.
But if a motherfucker fucked up,
if I open my mouth, I want results in the end. So I'm going to make sure I'm very careful and calculative with my words so that I can get the results I want from them. If you throw stuff out there thinking you said it great, but you ain't really put real genuine thought into what you say, then you might not get the response you want. So if you want a certain response from somebody, you have to be careful and articulate with what you say so you can get that response. That's just on the simplest form.
Some people it don't matter how you put it.
Yeah.
Right. They just not.
Some people just don't want to talk about shit.
Those ones are not for you. But the people you choose to have in your life and you want to battle with and communicate with and open up and express yourself, you have to be careful. And then like you said, those other people, then they may not be for your life, so they're not worth even trying to articulate what you're saying. Everybody's not worth it.
I feel that. Yeah. So we said all of this to say today on this episode that
sometimes motherfuckers, you ain't worth it.
That too.
That's what I got.
Facts.
That's what I got.
When you're at a certain age that all of us here are at, you've been hurt before more than once, and being vulnerable is scary. Whether it's, opening your mouth about something that bothers you or, you know what I'm saying, posing on the cover and goddamn pink flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, being vulnerable is, people are just scared as fuck of being vulnerable. So it's just like.
But if you're not going to be vulnerable, why? Like, at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. When you decide that you're going to fuck with somebody for more than just like a physical pleasure kind of situation.
If my emotions are involved.
If you're not intending to be vulnerable and allow that person to be vulnerable as well, just don't fucking do it.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. Unless you guys have a fucking agreement where it's just, you're just going to fuck and you're going to link on whatever motherfucking every other Thursday or whatever the fuck. It's just, there's just no point in getting serious with somebody unless you're going to allow them to be in that space. Like, why allow them to get close and whatever, if you're going to, you should be able to just be the truest version of yourself if that's the type time you're going to be on with somebody.
Truest version.
But if you expect someone to be, because that's a strong word. Mm-hmm. If you expect someone to be vulnerable, then we always want to start with ourselves and say, how comfortable am I helping them feel vulnerable? Well, because if you expect them just to be vulnerable, then you're wasting your time.
It's not for the opposite party to say whether or not you're vulnerable. I feel like the opposite party don't expect you to be vulnerable. They expect you to be you. They don't know what vulnerability is for you.
But
they just want you.
Might not be a part of who they are if you want to expect them to be them.
I mean, and maybe it's not, and you mesh well with that. But it's just like if you feel like you got to step out on a ledge to meet somebody halfway, then if you're not willing to do that, then don't even act like you're going out there to the ledge. You know what I'm saying? And don't shun people.
You're not prepared to jump.
Yeah, and don't.
From the ledge.
Right, and don't shun people that can be right there, that can be vulnerable and be strong at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Then you got some special motherfuckers that, you know, they're vulnerable, but they've owned it to the point where they can just walk on air. Like, they step out on the ledge and they don't fall.
If you haven't accepted that you have certain shit or whatever, don't come for the people who have accepted theirs. Because, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like a motherfucker can accept that they crazy or off or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they okay with that shit, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's something in somebody that judged too hard. It's something unsettled within you. Exactly. Because all of us are off in some kind of way. And I think the beauty is, like, accepting where you are and accepting that and just kind of, like, catering to helping yourself around that. You know what I mean? But I think it's everybody's responsibility to notice that in yourself and acknowledge that and live your life around that and be, you know what I mean? Like, when you're working on yourself, it's an everyday thing. You can't just be like, well, I meditated on Thursday and I don't have to do it ever again until fucking next month. You know what I mean? And then it's just like you just have to remain consistent in your own growth. And I mean, that's something that, you know, I have to do myself.
I sleep.
I'm not even
it's like the craziest thing. Like, I promise you, like, I know a lot of people, like, literally sit there and they, you know, can sit there and, like, you know, just sit in silence. I can't do that. I can go to sleep or whatever, and I know it sounds crazy, but I can literally go to sleep, and I wake up. I'm, like, the chillest person ever for the most part. Y'all don't ever see my feathers ruffled too much. Like, it's never y'all see me like, oh, now, I ain't gonna lie.
You talking about that no good nigga? They kind of get
no good niggas, yeah.
She showed her hand a little bit.
Or somebody like them push me to the point of where it's like, damn, I'm about to, you know, turn the fuck up or whatever. But it's very, very rare that y'all see me like wild out. Like, last time I can say that I got like wild, this was last year, was Halloween. That's the last time I got like buck or whatever. It was like, and it was like, yo, I'm lying. Damn.
I was about to say, don't have this conversation with me.
I was like, look, no, this I shit y'all not. I feel like I might have talked about this last week. I might not have. But this guy was outside of my part-time job when I was working there, and he was turning over our trash cans, and that shit really pissed me off. Like, why are you flipping over our trash cans? Like, we put all the trash in the trash cans, and you out here turning them over. I went outside and was like, what the fuck is your problem?
Flip my trash can back.
Security was like, yo. Security already grabbed me. Dude was like, bitch, I'll knock you out. I'll piss on your forehead and shit on your kids. I was like,
I ain't even got kids.
Thanks.
Serves you right.
So shit on them.
I ain't got kids. You know, fucked up.
So shit on them.
But I was ready to fight.
Because they not even out here.
Like, yo, Ari, chill or whatever. But I was, girl, he never reached. And one of the girls was like, Ari, bitch, I don't care. That's one thing about me is when I get mad, I don't care about shit. And
I'm horrible.
She was like, oh, he was reaching for a gun. I said, bitch, okay. We was about to wait.
Hey, tell him to shoot that motherfucker.
We was about to play tag. You
tell him to shoot it.
All I got to do is turn.
Y'all some fools.
Yeah. Better cock that motherfucker up.
One in the head, always.
Let me go and get this benediction. So goddamn, be secure within yourself. Where a motherfucker talking to you, what you think is crazy won't bother you. They might just be speaking out of their feelings. You know what I'm saying? And don't, you know what I'm saying? And stop projecting your insecurities on motherfuckers doing shit that they feel comfortable with. All of that shit. It's been another episode of That's Law. It's the 100 Grand Jury, which includes myself, Richie Nelson. Follow me at Rich Nelson 2K.
Alicia Marie. Follow me. I am Alicia Marie Official.
Ari, baby. That's me. Y'all know it. Yeah. Ari Queen.
Hey, appreciate y'all coming through on a new day and time. We back next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I seen y'all in there. I didn't know all it would take to come in like, you know, a couple hours early. We prime time now. But that show you watching, it can wait till 9:45. You know what I'm saying?
Record that shit.
Wash them dishes before the show. Like, because we got clean your. This is the perfect show to clean your kitchen too. Because we always gonna talk about that clean kitchen.
Yup.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying?
Put them headphones
Dishes out the sink, all that.
But we here. Hey, we back next week. Appreciate y'all.
Gang.